It's really no secret to anybody who's been in my world how much I love Sandhill Cranes. By the end of this video, I think you're going to love them too for the important, abundant lesson they teach you, they teach me. So here's what's going on with the cranes right now in Wisconsin. They're starting to congregate. The cranes who went up north to northern Wisconsin, Canada, the UP of Michigan are starting to fly down. We're seeing huge gatherings of cranes here. It's one of the early stages in preparation for their winter migration down to Florida. So here's the thing. Cranes are big, beautiful, powerful birds. They're 4 or 5 feet tall. They have a wingspan 4, 5, 6 feet. And when they migrate, they can cover 200, 300, 400 miles a day. But here's the piece they offer us. They do it with relative ease, my friend. Now, if you knew nothing about Sandhill Cranes, and once upon a time I didn't, you might think these big, powerful birds are able to fly 200, 300, 400 miles simply because they got these huge wings and they're so powerful and they just keep flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired just impersonating it right now. That's not how cranes get to Florida so quickly and with so much ease. Sure, they do have to flap their wings. It's what gets them off the ground. It gets them up into the air. But they flap their wings not to get to Florida. They flap their wings to get off the ground and find the thermals that will carry them to Florida. The air currents and air pockets where they can stop the flapping and just ride them. Just rest and let themselves be carried. And then they'll land and eat and find food and shelter and roost overnight 200, 300, 400 miles down the road. Now, when it comes to abundance in this world that's been created by this archetype of scarcity, we think of abundance as being a place to get to, like Florida. And whether you're aware of it or not, consciously or subconsciously, we usually think that what we need to do to get to Florida is flap our wings, work really hard, make it happen. It's about getting there and putting out the effort and doing all of that. And it creates a lot of stress, a lot of struggle, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of pressure, and we don't get there very fast or with any major degree of ease. That's all we've been taught, especially when it comes to money. It's like, we got to work hard. We got to work hard. We got to deserve our money. We have to, do the thing. We got to do the thing. We got to do the thing. And if we do the thing right, and if we do it well, then we're one day going to get to that destination we want to get to, called abundance, called feeling like we've got enough. But that's not how abundance works. Plus, we spend most of our lives in the opposite of abundance, not there, working and struggling, or finally going, forget it, I'm just going to stay where I'm at and stay on the ground. We're not taught, when it comes to money and abundance, words like trust, be carried, be supported. There's something bigger going on than just what we can see and what we can make happen ourselves. We're not taught that we don't have to make it happen. We have to play our part. We have to get airborne. We have to want to move. We want to grow. We want to get someplace, and we have to do our part. But what we have to get is that part of our part is finding the thermals, trusting there's something bigger at work in our lives that we're participating in. And as we connect with it and as we find it, we can relax. We can be carried where we need to and want to go. Life doesn't have to be hard. Money doesn't have to be hard. Money doesn't have to be a struggle. But we have to learn a new way of thinking about money, about abundance, about our part in the abundance. We have to start to learn, like really learn, not in our heads, but in our beings, in our bodies, to trust in the something bigger, to learn to recognize it, to relax and rest in it, to know that there's more going on than what we can see and what we can make happen by ourselves. Because abundance isn't about getting someplace. It's about experiencing that connection with something so much bigger than you. It's my cranes, using the gifts they've been given, those big wings, and getting airborne and off the ground, and then finding those thermals. And that's when the magic happens, and they can just ride it. I can imagine a crane up there going, whee! Most of us haven't been taught how to live life with whee! We're usually taught like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's the scarcity, my friends. That's the part of us that thinks we have to do it ourselves. We have to make it ourselves. That thinks abundance is a place to get to instead of an experience we can have right now. Now, I'm talking a foreign language to our normal money stuff where it's about planning and saving and security and control and power and getting and achieving and holding on to and protecting and all of that. Resting, trusting, being carried, surrendering, participating in something bigger, connecting to something more than our own efforts and what we can do. It's a foreign language. It's a whole new ballgame. It's a whole new model for how we relate to money, to ourselves, to the world around us, and to the one who created it all. If that sounds like, I want to be like a crane and be able to go whee more instead of whoa, 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 whoa. I want to learn that new model. I want to experience that knowing, that trust, that connection, that being carried. Then reach out and connect with me. Let's schedule a discovery session, talk about how I can support you to experience just that. Or if you're not ready for that yet, then sign up for one of my upcoming free Unblock Your Money Flow for Abundance webinars. Because isn't that what the thermals are all about? Isn't that what my beloved cranes know? They know how to ride and find and stick with and stay connected with the flow and let that carry them exactly where they need to be with so much more ease and usually speed than all of their individual efforts. Seriously, join me in the webinar. The link is in the comments, or schedule a one-on-one discovery session. Let me show you how you can begin to find your thermals and be carried